early. Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the On the Chain community? Tell you what's going on tonight. Something big may have just shifted in the financial system. Banks are actually starting to panic. We've talked about this a lot. Which one comes first? Crypto or the banks? Because for the first time in modern history, a crypto native institution is moving directly toward the very heart of the US banking system. And that company is Kraken, a digital asset company stepping into infrastructure that was once completely closed off to those crypto companies and manipulated and controlled by the banking industry. How about that? For years, the banking establishment mocked crypto. They attacked it. They said it would never be allowed anywhere near the financial rails. But tonight, that narrative is starting to collapse.
Yeah, and when crypto begins interacting directly with the financial system, everything changes. That's because it's not just about trading digital assets anymore. It's about the architecture of money. And suddenly, all of a sudden, Washington is moving towards something and the industry's been demanding for years: regulatory clarity. The Clarity Act and the Genius Act could define how digital assets are treated in the United States. Of course, we know Genius already passed. Clarity, not so clear so far. And if that happens, the entire crypto market structure changes practically overnight.
That's right. Which raises a very uncomfortable question for lots of people out there. Because for years, or at least this past year, Donald Trump has been warning about the banking system, about financial control, about the need to rethink how money and technology intersect, and really about the Federal Reserve. At the at the time where many people dismissed all these warnings, not just from Trump, but many in the crypto industry, actually the entire crypto industry. But now what we're starting to really look at is that maybe all these people are actually right. Maybe there is something that has to be shifted and changed as Kraken enters into the space.
Yeah, meanwhile, around the world, we've seen something else happen. The same political class that spent years pushing the anti-Trump narrative, now they're quietly starting to adopt many of the same policies they once so-called rejected: energy independence, border security, economic nationalism, financial sovereignty. Piece by piece, inch by inch, step by step, the agenda they fought becoming the agenda that they're implementing. Because reality, Jeff, reality is really forcing that shift.
That's right. And you can see that shift playing out on a global scale. In Iran, people are openly celebrating the possibility of freedom. They're praising Israel, praising Trump's stance against that regime, and calling for change in their country. While at the same time, some of the voices in the West, whether it's in the United States or even in Europe, and some of the European leadership are still attacking those movements and actually defending the status quo, which is pretty shocking. And you see some of the crypto bros, the social media influencers that really aren't that educated on what's happening, and they're very opinionated and letting everyone know what their opinions are, which is actually very dangerous because some of them have tens of thousands, if not millions, of followers, and really they're not educated on this topic at all. And really, the contrast is becoming hard to ignore. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we're watching is narratives are starting to collapse because when people in the streets are celebrating freedom while the elites are arguing online about this so-called ideology, it exposes just how incredibly disconnected the conversation has become.
Right. And tonight, just like every night, every show, we're going to break it all down. And we're going to start by why the banks are actually starting to panic, what Kraken getting closer to the Fed really means, why the Clarity Act, which there's really not so much clarity on it, as Chip had mentioned, and the Genius Act, which has to get through the Senate, could actually reshape the crypto industry, and why the political and financial narrative surrounding crypto may be changing faster than anybody expected. Tell you what, Chip, you ready to kick this thing off?
Welcome to On the Chain. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Jeff, can we start the show off by putting one of our favorite accolades from the YouTube channel? If you can find that one again, put that in a thing. Let's workshop. We read all of our comments that people leave on the YouTube channel, and this one, sometimes they're just fantastic. They're just really great. I mean, this one here Jeff and I were laughing for about 5 minutes. I don't really. I mean, it was great in a really fun way. But if you can put that in there, guys, where are you coming in from? I see Marathon is in the house. I see good evening, Edwardsville, India, Illinois. My God, I can't even see here. What's up, lads? John Page is saying, what's up, lads? Coming in from the UK. Greetings from Hawthorne, Florida. OTC. Crypto G's in the house. Thank you for the accolades of the music video. It was a lot of fun to make. Morning, guys. Looks like Trump telling the banks to win their necks in regards to stablecoin. Hell yeah. They damn right are. Now we're getting that.
That's it.
Skakapoose.
Which comment are we talking about? One from Bruce Lee's brother?
Yeah. Do you have that one? Can you put it in a what do you call it, a marker or a banner up on the so we can read it? Copy and paste it and put it into a banner. I'll put it up.
Pull the whole thing up.
Well, if you can, pull it up. It's fine. Go ahead and share it. But
how about that?
Okay, there you go. Yeah, zoom in on it a little bit.
I'm on the wrong screen.
It's fantastic. I only wish Bruce, the guy that left Bruce Lee's brother, I almost wish that he had actually could be able to watch this, but he doesn't.
He probably didn't watch any of it. But he said this is easily one of the most monotonous and uninspired shows on the XRPL. It drains the room of energy rather than adding to it. Staring into the void sounds more stimulating than listening. So our comment was, they actually said the same thing about Bruce Lee's brother.
Even better. I know they try to wind you up on these things. It's like, well, apparently it affected you in some way. You felt like you needed to leave a comment. So thank you for that. Yeah. You liked it, you hated it, at least you left a comment. It's more than we get from people that actually like this show and actually watch it on a regular basis. They never comment. So the fact that you commented twice, bonus round for us. I mean, it's fantastic.
And there's John Page. I said on your show, I love watching your politics. Now your politics and policies are now being adopted.
Hell yeah, man. We've been talking about it for a while. I don't like you either like it or you don't.
And it's Australia. There you go.
And it's Australia. Yeah. Well, listen, Australia is our second biggest audience. If you look at our stats all the time. Now it's sometimes is not on the what do you call it? The audio only one. We always get some weird one pops up in second. You're like, and it's like margin, like transitional, and then another one will be second for a while. And it's weird things like Mexico will pop up, and it's like we never see that anywhere else. So it's really awkward the way that happens. But we'll get right on to the show. We got a lot of stuff to share today. Get right into it. We just like to share fun comments like that one. Weeds of Win put this up. He said that by far the most interesting stat about the XRP yield and Zaman Wallet and Flare Networks product is the user base that comes back to open the app. So 24-hour unique users are up mildly at peak. He said 30-day unique users to save, the 1-year normal, 2-year slightly up, 3-year massive peak. Holders for 2 to 3 years are coming back. So look at this. Crash, and boom. Look at that. I mean, we'd like to see that happen with our crypto portfolio.
Right.
Hockey stick. But, it's funny. It's like people are hodlers and they're coming back, Jeff, for the yield. They're coming back like, oh, wait a minute. I can do something with this. I can actually earn yield. I mean, how remarkable is that?
Time to start buying again.
Time to start buying once again. And then Zaman put this one up. Zaman said, to everyone who never left, hello, everybody. That's us. That's you and us. That's both of us, all of us.
Never left a Zaman.
Yeah, just coming back. 2026 is going to be a wild ride. We're bringing XRPL, DeFi back, cheaper, more innovative, faster than ever. You're going to trade on the XRP ledger like you've never traded before.
Ooh. Right. Ooh. Like never before.
Ooh, I like
by
that.
far the most interesting.
I got to tell you, Jeff, this is the most uninspired show. This must be the most uninspired show.
Well, it's the most monotonous show on the XRPL.
Monotonous, man. I've watched
paint. You get excited about the XRPL.
I've been more excited watching paint dry. I mean, that's all right, Jeff. Take this next one here.
Put this next one up. Let's see what this one is.
Let's see. Wait a minute.
Put it up on the stage.
Well, do we want to play the video or do you want to read through it?
Let's play the video.
We'll play the video and then we'll kind of workshop it from there because
the video is fun.
The video is kind of says it all. But getting back, so Jamie Dimon Of course, what does he have to say about the subject? Like, what
He
is
loves Bitcoin. You know what? He probably loves Litecoin.
okay? He probably
He's
has
a big Litecoin holder.
I
Him and
would-
Charlie Lee go way back.
I would not even doubt that for a second. But J.P. Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon talking about the difference between banks and crypto exchanges.
Peers
So
have
rich.
reportedly clashed with Coinbase's Brian Armstrong over the Clarity Act and specifically this idea of crypto exchanges offering rewards for stablecoins. And Armstrong was on CNBC with Sarah Eisen a few weeks ago from Mar-a-Lago, and he said there's a path forward for the market structure bill that's a, quote, win-win outcome for everyone. How are you feeling about it right now?
The banks feel strongly that there should be, rewards are the same as interest, and that, a compromise would be.
Rewards are the same as interest, right? Okay.
Not
So
really.
he's trying to, not really, but okay.
That you can pay rewards on transactions, not balances. If you are going
What does he talk about there, Jeff? He paid rewards on, wait, what does he say?
Transactions.
Transaction, not
transactions,
balances?
not
Of course
balance.
you paid on balances.
and that, a compromise would be that you can pay rewards on transactions, not balances. If you are going to be holding balances and paying interest, that's the bank. You should be regulated by a bank. So we've been firm. One thing over here, yes, but if you want to be a bank, become a bank. Then you can do whatever you want under bank law. So I remind people, and your viewers may not know, banks have restrictions and requirements. FDIC insurance, AML, BSA. We have Community Responsibility Act, which means we have to open 25% of our business LMI neighbors. We have social requirements. We have liquidity requirements, capital requirements, transparency requirements, reporting requirements, board requirements, government's requirements. If they want to be a bank, so be it. So what we base is level playing field by product. It can't be you have these people doing one thing, without any regulation like that, and these people do another. And if you do that, the public will pay. It will get bad. So people should take a deep breath at what is you want, and we want competition. We're actually one of the biggest users of blockchain, and we created the JP Morgan deposit coin. We've moved money real-time payment.
Hey, Jamie, you going to be a bank or do you want to be an exchange? Stick to what you know. Stick to legacy garbage that you know.
We're moving a lot of data now using blockchain. So we're in favor of competition, but it's got to be fair and balanced level.
Well, he makes a number of errors in there, Jeff. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he's trying to he kind of sees what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting, you want to stay in the lane. In 2025, JP Morgan faced significant penalties, most notably a record 45 million euro or $52.5 million fine in November from Germany's BaFin for systemic failures and anti-money laundering processes. The bank was cited for delays in submitting suspicious transaction reports between October 21st and September 2022. So that's one of the latest. And you think about the total number of fines that these guys have racked up, and he's trying to act, he's obviously looking out for and concerned about the near future. These acts pass, and all of a sudden people are going to be getting paid out interest and yield on their stable coin holdings. And now with Kraken moving up, there's all these different intrigues that the banks are going to have to change. Banks have held on to their power and being the only player. Now all of a sudden, not just different types of bank or different banks are going to be competing, but now there's a whole new competition coming from crypto that's going to get some banking system in place to allow them to do everything they need, and they're going to do it cheaper, more efficiently, with less headcount, and it's going to change the game. And we're going to see the leverage of yield on stablecoin, on crypto, and on fiat currency. Right now, JP Morgan, they've got fiat currency, and people know through transparency, Chip, once it gets to the blockchain, people realize how the interest game is played. How much money are they, if they hold your money and they have a hold period of 7 days, how much money are they earning on your money over that 7-day period? As they hold. There's some real intrigue that's coming out on that.
Well, I mean, also there's a couple other things he says that are misguided in that video when he says, well, just become a bank and they're regulated. Well, no, the whole point of this bill is to create regulation for crypto. But the problem with all these guys, they can't let go of legacy stuff. They want to compare a bank to an exchange when they're not closely related at all. You're not banks are paying 6-8% yield. No. So they're not related. The whole idea is that if you guys want to know, if you're outside the United States, the Democrats get funded by the banks because they have their back, but so do a couple rhinos Republican in name only, Rhino. The Rhinos also are funded by the banks. The banking cartel is trying to create these PACs and put all this money in their reelection campaign so that they'll vote a certain way. The problem is that like that ship's already sailed. You might be able to slow it down for a while, but you're still going to have outflows. People are still going to learn what's going on. And when you sit there and say, well, become a bank. Well, you know who said, he said, okay, challenge accepted. Kraken said that. Kraken put this out, Jeff, a historic moment for crypto. Kraken Financial has been granted a Federal Reserve master account, making us the first digital asset bank with direct access to the U.S. payment system, a major step forward connecting crypto infrastructure with the core rails of global finance. So, you know, banks not turning into exchanges, not dealing with crypto. They want to leverage money the way they've always made money, and it's on the backs of, they don't think that you are smart enough or can figure out that you're getting 0.5% interest, and you should be happy with that. So be happy with it, Jeff. Stop being a complainer.
Well, I've got this new video that kind of shines a little bit of light on what the banks might be going through here pretty soon.
Let's see what that looks like. Oh, here we go.
Wait.
It sounds like they're ready to have their moment.
Oh, hang on a second. They're about to have their moment. It's gonna be great. I would love to see their moment, especially you put that Jamie Dimon commentary on replay. But I think this about says it all right about here.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey.
Hey, hey, hey. What's up, big
Ooh.
Whoa, what's up? No.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, well, he's currently in jail, so that's the BitConnect guys didn't go so well for those guys, but
What's up?
it's almost as good as all the Microsoft guys dancing on stage. That was one of the most embarrassing things I think.
So
I've really seen.
Texas 420, no mention of people, money being robbed by lead. You know, it's interesting because there was an X post on it. Chip and I talked about that at length, and we've talked a lot about it here. And here's the one narrative that gets passed around. I don't know, for the past, I don't know how many years. Not your key, not your crypto, not your key, not your crypto. Well, how good is that doing for people that are getting wiped out? Whether it's, the latest post that we saw involving the ledger, and there's been other instances, and then people come around and say, well, it was how you accessed, or maybe you approved something you didn't realize, and it was sitting, who knows, sitting, kind of on the sidelines for months until it gets activated. Not your keys, not your crypto. But you know what? You lose your key, you lose your crypto. It's as simple as that. If Kraken is about to make the biggest move ever as they get into this, into the Fed system, also being able to secure cold storage your crypto on a centralized type platform where if you have a problem, you can actually pick up the phone and have a conversation with someone. I think this is the biggest issue that general mainstream media is going to have in getting into the crypto space is nobody wants to say not your key, not your crypto, because they're afraid of losing it. What do you say?
Well, also too, I mean, decentralization is great. Okay. But the problem with mainstream adoption is that's going to be a tough nut to crack. What do? You get a thumb drive, and it's like, you either get one from China, because that's where most of them come from. They're either based in Singapore, they're based somewhere else. They're all got ties. Every time Jeff and I investigate them, they all go back to China, right? So, you don't think there's a back door in there? Well, let's be honest. You don't think there's a back. I brought it up to some people who use a certain kind of Elipols, right? China. And they go like, oh, I love my Elipol. Good, because I'm sure it doesn't have a back door on that. I mean, I'm sure. Doesn't have any links or course it right back to China. Most of them come from China. China, if you want to say it like Trump does. They all come from China. So, when banks wake up and can custody crypto, this is where they're going to make the money. They're going to charge you a monthly fee to keep your crypto. At some point, it's going to be FDIC insured. So you keep 250,000 in one bank, 250,000, and it's going to be insured. And if something goes wrong, there's somebody you can call. There's no clawbacks now. Most crypto, you make a mistake, you were ready to hit send, but your finger hit the keyboard, typed the character, and it sent it somewhere, and you're like, well, sorry, can't get it back. That doesn't work. It can't work in a world where people are going to trust themselves over that. I mean, ask Stephen Thomas, the ex chief tech officer from Ripple, who's out close to $500 million because he couldn't remember his passcode. I'm sure he knew what it was. And I have a scenario going on with me. I have 1,001 wallet, and I was accessing it hadn't accessed it for a year. I'm like, I have no idea what it is. I've tried a million things. I don't get locked out like Stephen Thomas did, but just is the whole thing. It's like, it has to have mainstream adoption. You got to be able to do your crypto. You got to be able to hold it someplace where people can go. I mean, and what's cool is like, look at CoinDesk is even writing about this. Kraken became the first crypto exchange to gain access to the Federal Reserve core payments. I was actually shocked to see this. It almost felt like it came out of nowhere, Jeff. I was like, whoa, this is like
I thought it was a Babylon Bee.
Yeah, well, you're like, come on, dude, that ain't happening.
What's going on here?
Take this one. Take this one from Patrick Witt. Patrick Witt sits on the President Council of Advisors for Digital Assets. But take this one. He's commenting on that. On this very
Patrick Witt. The deceit here is that it is not pain. It is not the pain of yield on a balance per se that necessitates bank-like regulations, but rather the lending out or rehypothecation of the dollars that made up the underlying balance. The Genius Act explicitly forbids stablecoin issuers from doing the latter. Stablecoins don't equal deposits.
There you go. And it's great to be drawing this contrast between, legacy language, like what banks use, versus what the reality of it is. And it's great that people are calling it out. I like this one here. The crypto meme guy put this one up.
They just have no. They don't.
You got Trump, who's crypto, holding up the banks, which is Jamie Dimon there by the seat of his pants, give him the atomic wedgie over there. And then Eric Trump put this one out. Go ahead and read this one, Jeff.
Here we go. This is from Eric Trump. The big banks, the very institutions that have held a monopoly and screwed their customers for years, offering near zero yields on retail money market accounts while crushing low balance accounts with exorbitant fees, and now doing everything they can to block the crypto industry from offering real benefits, perks, and rewards on their platforms. They are the greatest hypocrites are in mass panic, given they know they're losing the digital finance race. And that's what it's all about. They really tried. They tried pushing the digital dollar, the programmable USD. Nobody was going for it, and it's interesting too, the fact that he thinks that if you deposit a stable coin, it's an actual, or you move your stable coin into your wallet, that it's a deposit, even if it's cold stored, by that banking entity. They have zero access to your stable coin. Unlike your money, you put your money in their account, you transfer money over, they turn around, they lend it out. They're doing short-term loans. But now on the yield side, it's interesting. If you go into a platform and you can gain yield, from it, it's also, potentially going out, from whoever the holder is, you're basically allowing them to utilize, and, they're also doing short-term loans.
Look at John Page says, you once had a bank manager and then you had an insurance broker. Now you get jack shit. Pretty much. Right. It's pretty much. And the funny thing is you're still paying the fees. Like there's these new insurance, tech insurers that are coming up that are cutting out the middleman. Like you're giving you the same kind of coverage for less. It's like you're still paying the commissions without getting any of the service. So what's the point? You go to a bank, you can't talk. I mean, if I ever have to go into a bank, there's nobody there. Nobody can talk. Dude, I don't even know their name. I'm like, hey, I need to do this. And look at you like, oh, I'm real busy doing nothing right now. I mean,
I went into one of the big bank branches, and it was like the largest of the bank branches. Chip. I went in, and there was enough space for 10 tellers. There's two.
One. Oh, okay.
There were actually two. One on the vehicle side and one on the inside, on the bank side. So there were two. Then there are all these offices, and I'm walking around. I'm like, there's cubicles and offices.
There's nobody.
There was a security guard and one person somewhere in the maze of cubicles, and that was it. I'm like, how do you guys work in here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, it's always like that. Any bank. Well, what Eric Trump was commenting commenting on was his father's post that he said the Genius Act, is what Trump said, the Genius Act is being threatened and undermined by the banks, and that's unacceptable. We're not going to allow it. The U.S. needs to get market structure done ASAP. The Americans should earn more money on their money. The banks are hitting record profits, and we're not going to allow them to undermine our powerful crypto agenda that will end up going to China and other countries if we don't get the Clarity Act taken care of. The Genius Act was USA's first big step to make the United States a crypto capital of the world, and getting the Clarity Act done is the next big step to finishing the job, and more importantly, keep this big and powerful industry in our country. The banks should not be trying to undercut the Genius Act or hold Clarity Act hostage. They need to make a good deal with the crypto industry because that's what's in the best interest of the American people. The industry cannot be taken from the people of America when it comes so close to becoming truly successful. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And, this was needed, but I'm telling you, man, it's not going to go well for the banking if they want to come down and start hammering the banking side of the house. But this is what happens when you get these cartels. I mean, this is why that's why central banks have destroyed the sovereignty of countries. Most countries have the power to coin their own money, give it to a third party. They're paying interest. Imagine you pay interest for your own government fiat currency. It doesn't make any sense. And that's going to go away too. And I feel like Trump's hammering that too. But look who else chimed in on it. Brad Garlinghouse. He said an extremely pointed message from POTUS to those that are dragging their feet on clarity. This hasn't always been about what's in the best interest of the American people. We would never have thought we'd see something like this a couple years ago, Jeff.
I've got a tear in my eye reading that from Brad Garlinghouse.
It's unbelievable.
It's really, I'm all choked up. I mean, it's crazy. Considering where things have been.
Read this post, Jeff, because Eric Trump put this post out just a little bit ago, but it's just hammering it.
Let me make this very clear. Big banks, think JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, are lobbying overtime to block Americans from getting higher yields on their savings while trying to block any reward or perk from being given to the customers. These banks and others pay rock bottom rates on standard savings, often 0.01 to 0.05 APY, even as the Fed pays them 4% or more. This massive spread fuels record profits with almost none passed back to their customers, everyday depositors. And this is what, major issue. Then think about the amount of money you're paying on your mortgage, the amount of money you're paying on your car loans, et cetera, business loans. Today, and that was my commentary. Today, the banks are desperately targeting crypto and stablecoins, where platforms plan to offer 4 to 5% plus yields or rewards. The ABA and that's a American Banking Association, banking or bankers, one of the
Bankers
others.
Association, yeah,
bankers, right? And other lobbyists are spending millions trying to ban or restrict those yields via bills like the Clarity Act, crying fairness and using words like stability when it's really about protecting their low rate monopoly and preventing deposit flight. This is anti-retail, anti-consumer, and straight up anti-American. Next time you see a big bank dropping billions on a shiny new Midtown Manhattan HQ, you know exactly where that money comes from. The non-existent interest rate they pay you. Fortunately, the big banks are losing this fight as customers wake up to the game. This is such amazing commentary.
Perfect.
Coming from Eric Trump. And then you see, President Trump, talking about this narrative. And the reason why they're going after the big banking cartel is because that's the last bit of power control that the deep state has. They control the ebb and flow of the money, and they stop it from getting into the hands of the people. And if we think about, Chip, the impact that these different organizations have had on people's wealth, think about the real estate boom, and then they burst the bubble, right? And everything turns upside down. The banking industry, along with the government, allowed the flood, and the run up of people getting loans and the overvaluation of properties. Would think back like 2005 era, and then we had the real estate crash. They're all part of this system, and they're making a shit ton of money off of people. They allow the industry to crash, and then the banks own all the properties, right? And then they're raking in on the properties. And we saw the same thing .com era, or a high tech era, 2000 when they went after Microsoft. Those Clinton and Al Gore went after Microsoft for antitrust violation. And there's, and that burst the bubble. That was the pin that pricked the bubble, and everything collapsed. And again, all this money was out there, and then all of a sudden they didn't. And the transfer of wealth happens in every single one of those cycles, for good or bad. As you watch the industries build up, they tried it with crypto, and you could see them. They're still trying. They've tried again. They've tried again. There's all these aspects that government's been part of it, like with the whole SBF and the internal collapse, and the banks have come against it. The media's come against it. The leftist government has come against it, but here crypto stays. They can't figure out how to get crypto out of the hands of the people, Chip. It's amazing.
Exactly. And the funny thing about it is, like, it starts becoming, he mentioned something about antitrust, and imagine trying to prevent something from going through that basically helps the American people. But it's not just here, it's everywhere in the entire world. And I don't know. I just think there's got to be a crack somewhere in there. And I would think when we start getting into what happened in Texas, that the rhinos are gonzo, they're gone. I would think that might start playing a role. It's like, look, you're going to get primary. You vote for this. We're primarying your ass. And Trump has a perfect record, especially in this last primary. Everybody he endorsed won. And there's some people that are going away that have been there for some time, so they're gone. This one here is interesting. Here, Indiana bill allows crypto in retirement plans. So Indiana governor officially signed HB 1042 into law, allowing residents to add crypto to their retirement savings. This makes Indiana one of the first states to make the change following Trump's executive order allowing 401k plans to include crypto. And this is going to catch wildfire. Every state should do it. They don't, but most people have that access in their 401k that they can, especially on the ETF side, but not more specifically on crypto. If you want to invest it into Bitcoin, you can invest it into Bitcoin versus like an ETF, which isn't, exactly, you're not exactly personally buying it. So this is going to probably spread. You'll probably see a lot more states. And this is, this is pretty interesting too. I was kind of surprised by this, but Chamath Palihapitiya, he runs that All in Pod. He's a billionaire investor, but he put out this video, and this is what he says about Bitcoin. Jeff, tell me if you agree with this or not. Here we go.
I think the reality is that Bitcoin, for the most part at this point, is there's a structural failing in Bitcoin that I think people will need to come and wrap their heads around. The structural failing is that it is not. So if you think about, like, what is the value maximizing function right now for a crypto asset to be broadly adopted, it needs to have the features that allow a central bank to adopt it. And there are two things that it lacks. One is fungibility and two is privacy. And so Bitcoin fails on those two dimensions. So it can never be a structural holding of a central bank. Mm-hmm. And that simple thing will keep it in the realm of ETFs and humans. And
does gold satisfy those conditions?
Yeah.
Fungibility, but not easily.
Both. You have no idea how much the Bank of China owns. You don't know how many ounces they own. You don't know how many ounces I own. When there's a public ledger that says this address has this much, and you can't really trade it because the history and the provenance of that exact token. It's been used to buy this. It was transacted over here, went to this wallet. That lack of fungibility and privacy is a huge deterrent for broad structural adoption. That's what you need to then add another 10x of market cap. So is there room for a different crypto asset that solves for the privacy and fungibility? Yeah. And are there projects right now? Yes, but they're very small scale. There's huge issues with them. Those are even more volatile. So Bitcoin's interesting.
So what are your thoughts on that?
That's a tough one. Because I think he's right.
It's from a central bank's standpoint, I think 100%.
Right. Yeah, from that perspective. But it is interesting because if you hold gold, nobody knows how much gold you have, right? But
they shouldn't know. They shouldn't know how much gold you have. You can't see
it. If you somehow find somebody's Bitcoin address and you can now see all of their holdings on Bitcoin, now you have complete visibility into a private person's holdings. Now, if it's a corporate holding, and they're publicly traded and they're reporting the information, you need to know what's in the treasury, maybe that helps, but from a privacy perspective, we shouldn't know. And again, even if you have large accounts, large amounts of money, if someone can pin, let's say, Elon Musk's account, I don't know if they could or couldn't, but at some point, maybe something gets leaked, then they start tracing purchases back and they find trend, maybe there's ways to start, figuring things out like that. That's how they do it, I'm sure. But that to me, it could be a potential issue going into a reserve for a bank. I think MicroStrategy, they've proven that you can hold Bitcoin in a reserve. The U.S. government can prove that you can hold Bitcoin in a reserve. El Salvador has proven you can hold Bitcoin in a reserve. And so from that side of it, why not? Why can't we hold it, Chip? It's ridiculous. Kind of a crazy. He's trying to protect his bottom line once again.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to protect their bottom line. That's 100% for sure, man. 100%.
What do you think of this comment here from Mike? That was on the Eric Trump comment.
Yeah, Eric had a perfect chance to expose the real scam, the 9-to-1 loans, savings ratio, banks create loans for nothing based. Yeah, it's fractional banking, right? And then they don't have the reserves that they're supposed to have. When they get audited, they don't ever come out. It doesn't ever turn out well. Plus the fines, we've covered the fines on like 2025 bank fines. It's like way outweighs anything you see happening in crypto.
Same. Yep.
But let's go ahead and transition a little bit to the geopolitics section, Jeff. I want to talk a little bit about, let's start with Iran. Obviously, that's a touchy subject. We don't have a lot on that tonight, but this guy put out a really good post. He said, the Muslim world is divided about Iran. Here's the Muslim countries that are in favor of removing the Iranian regime. You have Jordan, Kuwait, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, and Bahrain, right? Bahrain, as I say it. Now, the Muslim countries against the removal of the regime: Great Britain, France, and Spain. How crazy is this, Jeff? What kind of world do we live in? Seriously, I mean, if you had said 3 years ago that Iran's going to be under attack and you're going to have Saudi Arabia, you're going to have Qatar, you're going to have all these Arab countries that are going to be, then these Muslim countries are going to be joining the fight with the U.S., but the ones sitting it out will be Great Britain, France, and Spain.
Not just the U.S. They're joining the fight with the U.S. and Israel.
Well, and also Israel too, but I'm just saying, but I mean, how many people...
Fact.
Well, even with Israel, like if you said like, hey, they're going to join Israel and ousting the regime, you'd be like, what?
Right.
But you know who's going to set it out? These Muslim countries, Great Britain, France, and Spain. What a great post, man. That's like one of my favorite posts I've seen.
I think Spain fold? It was like 48 hours.
I have it. Oh yeah, I have it. Wasn't even 24 hours.
Wasn't even 24 hours.
So what's funny about this thing is that there are boots on the ground, and they're not American, and they're not Israeli. This is an outstanding feat. Once again, Donald Trump, the master of ceremonies. Here he is, the MC with all of the greatest things. But watch this report.
It's big. A U.S. official telling Fox thousands of Iraqi Kurds have launched a ground offensive in Iran. Decimated, destroyed, defeated. All words the Pentagon used to describe Iran's various military forces on day 5 of Operation Epic Fury. Moments ago, President Trump touting.
How amazing is that? The Kurds, and they're arming the Kurds.
Yeah.
So the Kurds are going to take it back. And what's so interesting to me is CNN. The leadership in Iran has said they want a ceasefire. There are no ceasefire, man. There is no leadership in Iran. They're all going to get wiped out. It was funny. The Babylon Bee had a phenomenal post.
It's funny.
Let me see if I got that post here. It's here somewhere. Where is it? Damn, where the hell is that?
Devon said, we're relying on Greece to protect our RAF base on Crete at the moment. We won't be sending a ship out there for about a week.
All right, well, we got a great rant by a news presenter there. She's so spot on. I love the passion of the people that just are just, that aren't putting up with the bullshit. But this right here, Jeff, about covers, this is a Babylon Bee one, but it says like, To save time, Iran appoints a supreme leader who's already dead.
And they got all their extremist mullahs together, and they had about 90 of them in the building, and they leveled the building.
Well, one of the sons also got killed in that very first one when they got 49 leaders. Then they got the other son as the supreme leader. He got taken out.
Yeah.
So now they're holding press conferences in schools because this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. This is the kind of cowards that they are. So
and Mark, thank you for bringing that up. And of course, so all the leftists and the libertarians and the crypto, bros or the social media, whatever, they immediately latched on to the news story that somehow the U.S. and Israel bombed a girls' school and killed the kids. It was all fake media, fake attention, but they stuck to it. They stuck to their narrative. And there's some big names in the X space. These guys are so stupid, and they're latching on to these narratives that are fake, parading around the world, making these statements. And it turned out that it was,
Jeff, they might have been surprised. Come on, you're going to trust Iranian media? It's like, remember Baghdad Bob? Everything's going well. Meanwhile, he was the only guy sitting in one room that was like still standing, and they leveled Baghdad. Now you got Tehran Bob over here with remember that guy was coming out saying everything's going well, everything's perfect. The counterattack is going well. Jeff, there's nothing that says it more succinctly than this. Now here's where you have three different viewpoints. You have Kamala Lala Ding Dong, you got Joe Biden, and you have Trump, how they stand in Iran, right? So what did Biden say about Iran? What did Kamala say about it? And what did Trump say?
To Iran.
Don't.
Mr. President, to Iran in this moment.
Don't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care.
That's the greatest.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I mean, what's your message? Don't. Yeah.
Don't.
Remember the line in the sand that Obama put there, and they walked right over it. The next hour, he's drawing a line. I'm drawing a hard line, and they walked over it like, piss off. I got to play this one more time. It's just so good.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
Mr. President, to Iran in this moment.
Don't.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care.
God, I love it. Oh my God.
It's really,
he's planning this thing right from the get-go.
It really is the greatest time to be alive, man. I'll tell you, one of the patriots you have over in the UK is Tommy Robinson. This guy is a freaking God, I hope that he's he's
over here right now, I think.
Yeah, I hope he's shielded. I think he went back, but here, look at this, Jeff. Look at when you have a patriot like Tommy Robinson over, a British citizen who comes over to the U.S. and knows the U.S. better than most freaking Democrats. That's something.
Oh yeah, here's
Tommy Robinson. He said Obama sent Khomeini 1.7 billion. Biden sent him 6 billion. Trump sent him to hell, and all it took was a new president. That's the greatest thing ever.
Imagine they gave Khomeini almost $8 billion between the two.
$8 billion. And you don't think that turned out to be? You don't think that was part of the attack in Israel and all the attacks around? All over the world and killing their own citizens. I mean, they estimate that 32,000 people died in those protests.
Yeah.
The unofficial record they said was it's only 6 to 12,000. That's what they said. It's only, I think we only killed 6 or 12,000 of our own people.
Yeah. Elian Tron said, remember a few years ago, Christine Lagarde mentioned cyber attack. Well, now cyber attack is coming up again around the Iran situation, saying they expect Iran cyber attacks. Well,
apparently the electricity went out in Cuba, out of 2/3 of Cuba.
That was really impressive. Elian said, I keep thinking there will be major cyber attacks on the banks, and that has something to do with switching over the new system. Something's coming. They're attacking as this is going on right now in Iran. Like Chip just said, 2/3 of all electricity went out in Cuba. Could you imagine in Cuba, all they have to do is just remove a few key people, let all the Cubans in Miami go back over to Cuba, bring them over there.
Jeff, We were planning we were
hope.
talking about a trip over there. We could do a live stream over there. We could be smoking some big old Cuban cigars, you know, with some
on the
Cuban,
beach.
drinking some Cuban rum on the beach. I mean, God, it's going to be. You figure
Some
once
Cuban
money goes
mojitos.
in there, they're going to have the most beautiful places on the beach. It'll be amazing to go to Cuba.
And
So
it's
how
probably
skipping a jump from Miami, it's like if you go down to the Key West and the southernmost point, it's 90 miles. That means if there was a bridge, you could drive there in an hour and a half. That's how close Cuba is to the United States.
You know what? We should plan an OTC meetup
in Cuba. Mark your calendars next year. We'll do a. Can you imagine that going to Cuba?
Next January, February, going to Cuba.
How fantastic would that be? So look at this. So here's Trump talking about Spain banning, you know, basically the use of the airstrip there in Spain, because also the UK wouldn't allow us to use it either, even though they did last May when we took out the nuclear sites. Here we go.
I also secured commitments for virtually all NATO allies to increase their defense spending to 5% of GDP. Everybody but Spain. I don't know what's happening with Spain. Why would they not do that? They want a free ride, I guess, huh? Every country but Spain increased to 5%. I don't know why. We're gonna have to talk to.
Yeah. What they did was here. I'll put this up on screen here. It's just unbelievable, man. It really is. It's hard to understand. Here, Spain's leftist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez banned the United States from using its military bases to launch strikes against Iran. U.S. aircraft have reportedly left bases in Spain. This is an ally? What a freaking disgrace. President Trump recently torched Spain's leadership. Virtually all NATO allies increased their defenses to 5%. Everyone except Spain. They want a free ride, I guess. What's going on? Yeah, it's exactly what it is, Jeff. They're a bunch of socialists. So here is somebody asking the question at the press secretary.
Does that at all put a wrinkle in the president's plan for a trade embargo with them?
Let me first start by saying, if you guys hadn't heard, so Trump's like, okay, you don't want to let use your bases, cut off all trade. And then Bessent came in and said, yeah, because of the Supreme Court ruling, we can stop doing business with them 100%, cut all trade, no more trade with Spain. They folded it within less than 48 hours, Jeff.
It was amazing. Like they don't even think through it. They don't think through anything, Chip.
They got rolled, dude. I mean, you're nobody. Nobody even knows who Pedro Sanchez is until we just told them. He's a socialist. And you know what else this guy's doing? He's giving citizenship to 500,000 of the rabble rousers. He's just going to make them all citizens. Oh, they're going nuts in Spain. They are not happy about this. So here it is. The rest
wrinkle in the president's plan for a trade embargo with them.
With respect to Spain, I think they heard the president's message yesterday loud and clear. And it's my understanding over the past several hours they've agreed to cooperate with the U.S. military. And so I know that the U.S. military is coordinating with their counterparts in Spain. But the president expects all of our European allies, of course, to cooperate in this long sought after mission, not just for the United States, but also for Europe, to crush the rogue Iranian regime that, again, not only threatens America, but also threatens our European allies as well. With respect to oil prices and the economy.
So anyway, that's basically all it is. But how crazy is that? You know what? Then we realize, oh, you mean the bankings? You mean banks too? Cut off from? Oh, you mean money that we have sitting in the banks in the U.S.? Oh, wait. I mean, you're right. They're like, oh, we're gonna like Carney beating his chest. So Mark Carney, the second day he came in and said, of course we support it. And now he just put out a press conference and they were asking about it. He's getting real snippy. He's like, well, when you've had a chance to look at international law, blah, 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 blah. Dude, go pound sand. Someone took him and said, dude, why did you endorse that? I mean, how ridiculous. Pathetic.
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny? What happened in Texas? Remember Jasmine Crockett, the nut job with the eyelashes that are that long? Watch it. Look at this.
It's perfect.
Dude, she got beat by this weird nobody. He went on like Colbert, and he was such a goof. And she was mad because he didn't bring her on. There was some kind of like some dust up between the two. James Tallarico defeated Jasmine Crockett in the U.S. Senate. Now, what's great about this was because of the redistricting, she lost her House seat, so she went to go run for Senate, and now she's out at the Senate. She's done.
Done.
A racist Democrat voters just opposed a black female queen. How shameful. That's horrible. Again, and then now she's saying it's rigged. It's rigged because
She's suing.
She's suing because she says it was rigged. So there's something wrong with the voting system because a Democrat beat her because no one likes her. You know who else is out? Eye Patch McCain. That's right. Dan Crenshaw. I like his nickname. This is the best. I don't know who gave him this nickname, but it's the best thing ever. Eye Patch McCain, better known as Dan Crenshaw, lost to Steve Toth in the primary. Double digits, Jeff. He
double digits.
This cowboy on the right just beat Eye Patch McCain.
Oh, yeah.
A rhino jackass.
Yep. I don't think ever supported.
He's a rhino jackass.
Yeah.
Jeff, you want to take this next one? Who lost too? Look at this.
Oh, this guy's going down.
Al Green.
Right. Al Green. He's tried to impeach Trump 6 times, and now he's gone from the Senate along with Crockett and Crenshaw.
How funny is that, Jeff? It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And look at the memes people are coming up with.
Accepting applications.
Accepting applications, the Quality Leering Center. You've got Eye Patch McCain dressed as a pirate, Jasmine Crockett dressed in a Waffle House outfit, and then you got Al Green. And I'm not going to say what he's dressed as because this is rough, man. I'm not going to go. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But they're making fun of his sign at the. They're making fun of his sign at the. He had a sign saying "We are not apes." So. Yeah, he got tossed. He gets tossed out of the State of the Union, every State of the Union that Trump had. So anyway, there's one of the memes. And Jeff, are you familiar with this meme here? Like to show disappointment. It's this Ben. The hell's his last name? Ben. Come on, guys, help me out. I can't think of the actor. Ben something. He was in Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting.
What's the show?
Ben Affleck.
Okay.
So Ben Affleck, this is a famous meme to go. They've changed it a million times. Disappointment, right? This is disappointment. Him with the cigarette outside, just disappointed. Well, they took that and they updated it, and there you go. You got Eye Patch McCain, Crockett, and Al Green with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. It's just fantastic. These memes, my God, it's just the greatest. It's the greatest time to be alive. Thank God, AI. We have AI. It's really fantastic.
Thank God we have AI to make memes. That's.
I mean,
AI and social media system.
If there's no other greater, there has to be. It's got to be one of the greatest things ever. So we talked about the UK a little bit, Jeff. Look at this. Watch this clip and tell me what you think about this. Listen to what Trump said about the UK.
And I'm not. By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. That island that you read about, the lease, okay, he made it for whatever reason, he made a lease of the island. Somebody came and took it away from him. And it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
What a slam.
Winston Churchill.
Jeff, what a slam.
My God.
This is not Winston Churchill we're dealing with. And oh man,
Trump doing the gangster dance. I don't know if you saw that one. Oh my God, it was great.
Here we go. So here is a British presenter going off about the whole thing, man, because the other thing was instead of the UK going and protecting their stronghold like where they have it, they have Greece and France doing it. I mean, dude, if Greece and France are doing it, you got some issues, bro. You got some serious issues. But this is brilliant. This is scathing. Listen to this. And I love the passion here. I wish everybody in the UK would just listen to her and just get some passion.
Horrifies me to read that. And Jake is right. Our amazing armed forces deserve all the credibility. They deserve good resources. They deserve to have our full support. They deserve to be protected, for crying out loud. We were exposed out there. We knew that there was going to be war in that region, and we have left them undefended. And now France and Greece are having to run to our rescue. Do you know what? I've got a message, not just for this Prime Minister, but all of you, for the past 20 years. You have been self-indulgent. You have been naive. Your policy principles have had totally the wrong priorities. It's been about keeping your seats, gaining your seats, pandering to communities who will never vote for you, who do not have our interests at heart. You didn't stop those pro-Palestine marches. You didn't prescribe the Muslim Brotherhood. You didn't prescribe the IRGC. You were weak in support of Israel. You have sabotaged our self-sufficiency when it comes to energy production, concreting those oil wells, banning exploratory drilling in the North Sea. What on earth do you think you're doing? You're domestic terrorists. You're sabotaging this nation. You're compromising food security by attacking the farmers. Well, guess what? When international maritime shipping routes close down, food can no longer reach our island. Everything that this government and, quite frankly, previous governments have been doing for far too long now has been pathetic. It's been weak-willed. It has had its eye off the ball. It has been narcissistic. It's been about looking good in public, and at the same time, you have put Britain in a desperately precarious situation. You've flooded this land with foreign enemies. You have not secured our borders because of a pandering to out-of-date, not fit-for-purpose international law and treaties that belong in the dustbin of history, that defend our enemies and straitjacket our ability to defend ourselves. You have bowed down at the altar to every single dangerous, perilous, pathetic and weak woke ideology out there, filling up your shopping cart, showering yourself in faux moral glory. Well, look at where we are now. We're not able to defend our RAF base. We are completely out of the picture, not trusted by our allies. In fact, they're having to rush to our defence. We got the highest energy prices in the world, and guess what? With the cost of gas going up 90%, we're going to be hit hard. Qatar, the one person who was supplying us with liquefied natural gas, well, they're not going to be able to anymore. And are we self-sufficient? Are we resilient? No, because everyone who's been in power just thinks war is a distant thing that won't happen to them. What is more important is rainbow lanyards and pronouns. You're pathetic. Look what you've done to this country, the lot of you, for crying out loud. Right, got that off my chest, didn't I? Let's speak now.
She sure did get it off her chest. Jeff, you notice there was no teleprompter. That was all generated on the spot. And you could probably just put that into a speech. It's phenomenal. Like,
that's good.
News presenter has to go off. And
oh my God.
Like what most Brits are feeling.
Amazing.
That they're just getting regulated to just garbage. And the Canadians are dealing with the same bull crap as with this asshole Carney, where they're giving $100 million to foreigners for school, but meanwhile you got the record number of food banks in Canada, but they're giving away all this money to people who are foreigners. You can't even make it make sense. I mean, people are so stupid. If you think of it, the left, they're nut jobs, man. Anybody that votes Democrat, they're complete and absolute morons. Jeff.
They're feckless. Save Canada. We need to have a whole agenda on Save Canada. Once we get done with Iran, then we'll fix Cuba. Then the next step is to fix Canada. There might be some other, needs in between the threat in the United States mainland over here, but Canada's right up there. Canada is definitely a threat at our northern border, so we got to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. It's crazy at this point. Tim Walz was in hearing today, and they just raked his ass over the coals. Before we do that, though, here's my other favorite post from this. Here's my other favorite post, Jeff. Look at this one here. This is great. This is a post about Trump.
The Aussie announcer that cursed Ayatollah in Persian. That was great.
Oh yeah, that was great. I actually played that the other night. Here we go. Look at this.
When actually moves, I'm moving with you guys in Florida. That's right.
Look at this. Look right here. Trump's got 34 felonies, 3 baby mamas, been shot and kidnapped by a sitting president. He's running our government like death row records from the 90s. Look at this.
90s.
Look at this. This is great. Marco. Look at JD. He's got the grill going on there. Marco's got the look at the freaking gold chains, the big 47. Pete Hegseth's got the cornrows. This is phenomenal, man. I don't know who comes up with this shit.
Funny.
Thank God for AI to be able to create this picture. Looks like he's almost wearing a badass Yeti shirt on there. I don't know if that's a Yeti or what that is.
Yeah, look at that. Was that a Yeti?
I don't know if that's a Yeti or not. Death Row Records, man. He's running it like Death Row.
For a badass Yeti.
He is just on fire. Jeff, you want to see what the British people are watching? what the British people, here's the British people watching America liberate Iran from radical Islam. Oh my God. I got to tell you, some of the best memes I've ever seen are on the.
Oh, that was great.
Wait, this is even, you're going to love this one. Here's Bibi Netanyahu with Macron, the weak and feeble prime minister of France. Bibi says, I need your help with Iran. Macron says, France won't join your attack. France will not join your attack. And Bibi says, I need you to show Iran how to surrender. God, it's fantastic. Macron, not happy. Gosh, I'm telling you, man, the people that put these things out, they're freaking amazing.
Dave said, I discovered your show 2 weeks ago and have been enjoying it ever since. I look forward to new drops. The Zhao Dao show was great and inspired my curiosity to research it.
Well, come on, awesome. Dave, tomorrow on X, I will be co-hosting with Jenna X at 8:30, guys. And I want to make sure you guys all come tomorrow because nobody from the show ever, OTC ever comes and supports except for Jeff. But tomorrow at 8:30 on X, you guys can join in. You guys come up to the stage. You can have a conversation, talk where it's going to be all Zhao Dao. So we're going to talk about Zhao Dao on there. So I really appreciate comments like that. Thank you for that, Dave. Really appreciate it. Well, someone thinks
Australia.
Someone thinks it's decent, right? Well, we do geopolitics, so chances are we're going to cover your country at some point, and then hopefully it's going to, and hopefully it'll be good because we want these other countries to succeed, and we don't like the people are great. Unfortunately, the leadership is just complete crap. Look at Tim Walz. I can't play all of these, Jeff, but I'll probably play the two best ones here. This one was solid. Look at this one. I wouldn't doubt they're moving there. I mean, I think everyone's going to be leaving.
Palm Beach.
Did you see that? Who's the big company that's leaving Illinois?
Big companies are moving.
Huge companies leaving. They're leaving. They're gone.
Mr. Chairman,
Palantir.
I don't
know.
Is it John Deere or is it one of these big companies?
Oh, and Palantir left Colorado.
Yeah,
and they just moved.
They didn't even tell anybody. They didn't even send like Dear John letter or anything. It was just nothing. But watch this.
Just like, oh God.
Just for the record, guys, just want to remind you that Tim Walz and I, he's actually a little bit younger than me. We were born the same freaking year. This guy, he looks older than when he was running for the vice president a year ago. I mean, like, what's going on with this guy, man? He looks so daft. He's half out of it. What the hell's going on with this dude? Anyway, this is a great exchange. Watch this. Wait, here we go.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you know this, but it's been widely reported that in 2008, when Barack Obama was choosing his vice presidential candidate, he had three criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody that wasn't as smart as him and had less talent and charisma and couldn't possibly outshine him. So he picked Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden in 2020 used the exact same criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody who wasn't as smart as him, had less talent and charisma, and wouldn't outshine him. And he picked Kamala Harris. And then in 2024, Governor, I think it's very evident why Kamala Harris picked you. The talent pool, Mr. Chairman, the talent pool isn't just shallow.
No.
Brother, we have hit the shore, and I yield back.
What the talent pool?
How amazing was that? And Tim Walz is laughing his ass off. I'm like, what else could he do? I mean, like, you're the complete bottom feeder. There's Obama, there's Biden, there's Harris, and then there's you. And we all know why she picked you. He's like, I wouldn't know. And then this one too.
Chip, look at this visual identity. Chip, you're the same age as Tim Walz. How the hell you look so young?
I don't know, vampire. This is the genes. I'm older than I look. Sometimes the camera makes you look a little bit younger also, but also my wife's been redoing my wife's an esthetician. She's like a miracle worker. So I've been getting all these treatments done. So it's removing the wrinkles and the deep wrinkles, and it's been doing a lot of jobs. He's got another treatment done on Monday, and I'm getting another one done in 2 weeks. So that's been helping. Plus, I got a skin routine, Jeff. I've been at a skin routine for the last 2 years. I'm putting creams on and a night thing and then a day thing and a this and a that and all this. I don't even know, but I'm like, it's working and I'm happy about it. But anyway, but just even like as I understand, if I didn't have any hair, maybe I would look older. But Jeff, you're a lot younger than me. maybe, but you know, I don't understand what this guy. He just looks like he's completely like just not there. He's a Democrat. So watch this exchange right here. This is great.
Staying on Capitol Hill, folks, and there is Governor Tim Walz facing questions from Representative Nancy Mace. Let's listen in.
Do you know what a woman is?
Now, Nancy Mace, man, she does not hold anything back. Do you know what a woman is? Listen to look at his face here, Joe.
I'm the governor of Minnesota, Congressman.
You know what
I'm not here to be your prop for your
Okay,
obsession.
So
I
if you
taught middle
can't
school your
define what a
obsession.
woman is, you certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't even define what a woman is, you can't define fraud. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2017, Governor?
Oh my God.
I don't have those numbers in front of me, Congresswoman.
Did you prepare for this hearing today? Did you
I
do
did.
any
I
preparation
take
for this hearing
Congress
today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in
I love it.
Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready? How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota? How much?
I don't know. I wasn't the governor.
Okay. Did
That's
you
the
not just
excuse.
say that you prepared for
my
this hearing
God.
today? $1 million, okay? A quick
$1 million.
Google search or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
I don't have the number in front of me. As
Were you governor
I
in
don't-
2024?
My God.
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of
your excuse before that you didn't know what 2017 autism numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million
Look at that,
was
300.
spent in 2024. What percent increase is that from 1 million to 343 million? What percentage increase is that?
I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell me.
Are you governor of Minnesota or not?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay,
not.
well,
I'm
when
not
I'm
a prop
governor of
for a
South
member of
Carolina,
Congress.
you can sure as hell bet that I'm going to know the math. The math is 34,200% increase, an increase of 343 times what it was in this time period. Do you know the number of children in Minnesota?
I know that Minnesota ranked as a top 3 state for
What
children
is the
in the
total
last year.
population in Minnesota?
5.7 million.
Okay. What is the total population of children in Minnesota?
I don't have the number in front of me
Are
right
you
now.
governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of health care last
Okay,
week by
that's
the
not-
actions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
Oh yeah, she's so.
I am.
And you don't know the number of children
I
residing
don't have
in
the
Minnesota?
specific number. It's 5.7 million.
That's your total
What is your age?
population.
What is the age? 0 to 5? 0 to
I love when he starts getting mad. This is the best thing.
Yeah,
of all.
yeah.
This is the
You
best-
have approximately 1.2 million children in Minnesota.
What
I'm not
age?
even governor of South Carolina. Our population in South Carolina is 5.5 million. We have approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina, okay? As governor, I expect you to know this information. Thank God you're not vice president of the United States. Do you know approximately how many children in
that
Minnesota?
again.
Our population in South Carolina is 5.5
Thank
million. We have
God.
approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina, okay? As governor, I expect you to know this information. Thank God you're not vice president of the United States. Do you know approximately how many children in Minnesota are autistic or on the spectrum?
No, I don't have that number.
Okay. Well, if
He
you
doesn't have
take the
the number, doesn't
CDC's,
know.
roughly 1 in 36 kids are on the spectrum. We're talking about approximately 33,000.
I hate to say it, but this guy's on the spectrum, Jeff. He has to be on the spectrum. He's
He's
Looney
definitely on the
Tunes. He has to be on
he's-
some spectrum, Jeff.
And
It's on.
kids in South Carolina is about
on his own
31,000.
Anyway, this kind of goes on. It's kind of like a lot more of the same, but those were
my
probably the two best ones. I mean, I love the guy when he's just
Oh my God, it's brilliant.
oh, so this one too. This
How
one's
does it become?
one,
What does that say for the people in Minnesota that are voting for this
I
guy?
don't know, man.
How do you
This-
vote for a guy like that?
This is a weird one here. Look at this one, Jeff.
Payments are restarted.
Jim
Why
Jordan.
didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments?
Oh, this is solid.
Well, Chairman, we did tell you, and Feeding Our Future grew because of the pandemic. And
I didn't ask that question. I said, why didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments? The payment stopped because there were concerns, obviously, it wouldn't stop the payments. Then they're restarted a month later. What was the reason for restarting the payments?
my understanding was the agency believed that the court had required them to make those payments.
And that was false, wasn't it? You repeated
think
that.
that
You
is-
said that, didn't you? You
I
said that's
don't
why the
think-
reason you said the reason you restarted is because the court ordered you to do so. Is that right?
I don't believe that is settled yet, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, I think it is, because the court did something that I don't know if I've ever seen it. They issued a statement saying you were wrong in what you were saying. This is from the court. It says, Feeding Our Future versus Minnesota Department of Education, correcting reports and statements by Governor Tim Walz concerning orders issued by the court. Here's what the judge says. Governor Tim Walz told the media that the Minnesota Department of Education attempted in payments to FOF because of possible fraud, but that Judge Guthman.
What's remarkable here, Jeff, is that he doesn't know that the court issued that statement.
Right.
It's truly remarkable that
he doesn't know much.
He's surprised. He doesn't know what's going on. Like he just can't understand what is going on. Look at him. He's sitting back. He's like, damn, I got caught in that one. He's blaming it on the court. The court's like, no, we had nothing to do with it.
Ordered payments to continue in April 2021. Next sentence. That is false. So you said something wasn't true. He further states this. Judge Guthman, the court says this. Judge Guthman never ordered the Department of Education to resume payments to Feeding Our Future in April 2021 or at any other time. So I want to know, why didn't you tell the truth?
Congressman, the attorneys at the Department of Education interpreted that differently. Both of those judges are no longer on the bench, and I think that interpretation.
The very first sentence, the first 7 words. This is not some unnamed source talking to the New York Times. This is not some anonymous source talking to whatever your Minnesota Star Tribune or whatever your paper is. This is the court speaking. First sentence, first 7 words. Due to inaccurate statements by the governor, Ramsey County District Court judge has issued and authorized this following news release. That's pretty straightforward. So the court's lying?
I can't tell you, Congressman, but the interpretation
somebody's lying. Somebody's lying, because you can't say the court ordered you to restart the payments, and then the court says we didn't order you to restart.
Did you see the nose rub?
Yeah. Yep.
Those body, what do you call it? What do they call them? Body experts like that. He doesn't know. I think he felt it grow a little bit, like a Pinocchio nose. He felt like, oh shit, did my nose move? He's trying to like close.
Start the payments. So either you're lying or the court's lying, and I'm just asking you, which one is it?
Definitely a tell.
I just simply know what the attorneys at the agency believed, that it was a misinterpretation. And I would note that those payments.
Could it be you were trying to hide behind the court, Governor? Could that maybe be the reason why you issued the statements you did and why the court had to do something you never see done before? They issue a press statement saying you're wrong. The governor is wrong. His statement is, their words, not mine, false. Could that be the reason?
That was not the interpretation of the attorneys. And you know, court work, you can appeal those, Congressman, as you well know. I'm sure.
Is it all about politics, Governor?
No, it's about taking care of
He makes another dumb statement. You can appeal that. Well, you can't appeal it unless you know that they were not in favor. So, like, he just made a critical error in saying you can appeal. You know how the courts are. You know how the courts are. The old, you know the courts. They're ridiculous. Sorry, dude. He's
unbelievable.
He's he's
lost the narrative.
He lost the narrative big time. The guy's, he's gonna. I think at some point he's perjured himself in some capacity. There was this one too about the leeching off of the with the Somalis.
I believe the 70,000 strong Somali community as a whole has made a positive impact on your state.
I do.
So you'd be the opinion, fair to say, that the Somali community has successfully assimilated and is making Minnesota better?
Yeah, I believe they're on that path. Okay. Yes.
I'm just curious by what
they're on that path. Wait till you see the numbers, Jeff, of the path that they're on.
Metric, you'd come to that conclusion. I just looked at some hard data. And do you have any idea what percentage of the native-born Minnesotans, all races, live in poverty in your state right now?
I don't have specifically.
I'll share it with you. It's 8%. For the Somali community, it's 52%. How about receiving food stamps?
52, yeah, this one.
I don't know. All right, I'll run it down with you. It's 7%, and then compared to 54% in the Somali community. And then don't have at least a high school diploma for all Minnesotans. It's 5%. Somali community, it's 39%. One family member at least on Medicaid, it's 18% for Minnesota, 73% for the Somali community, and receiving welfare of some form, it's 21%, and it's 81%.
Those numbers are high. Almost 20% of Minnesotans are on assistance.
Yeah,
then it looks great when you go, well, it's 80% of the Somali. Oh, yeah, it's not bad. You know, it's
for the Somali community. Governor, do you happen to know what the percentages of all those who have currently been charged in this staggering social services fraud scheme were native-born Minnesotans? What percentage?
I do not have that.
I think it was 85 out of 98, which comes out to 13% Minnesotan and 87% Somali Minnesotan. So I think this is an instance, perhaps, of where woke gets slapped by data. Governor, there's been billions stolen over 7+ years right under your nose, and really there's only two explanations. It's either you were in on it or you weren't smart enough to see it. It's either criminal negligence or wild incompetence. And the only way this kind of fraud can reach this scale is if there's people in power that are colluding and collaborating and willfully blinding themselves to the realities around them. And in oversight, when we do investigations, it's rare for us to have whistleblowers because they face retribution and punishment and resentment, and they can be ostracized, and it's difficult and it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it's even dangerous. So when we have when we're having an investigation and we have even a couple of whistleblowers, it's very valuable to us because they provide invaluable insight. Do you have any idea how many whistleblowers are working from Minnesota are working with the Oversight Committee?
I do not. We have our own strong protections in the OLA, the independent.
Well, and it's 30. I mean, I haven't seen that in 5+ years in Congress. 30. Governor, on September 16th.
30 whistleblowers are about to get extremely rich, Jeff. They get a pocket.
Oh my God.
They're
coming after them. Oh yeah.
They're gonna catch 30. I thought, honestly, I thought it was like 5 or 6. I didn't know it was 30.
30.
Holy cats, Jeff.
The massive number of people that have been watching this fraud take place.
People that are probably watching are probably thinking, how come you didn't play anything from the Bill and Hillary? Which there's God, we could do a whole special on that. But I just picked one clip in particular of Hillary Clinton, and it's a short one, Jeff, and then we'll get out of here. But I just picked one of the clips from Hillary Clinton. You ready to see this? Here we go.
Behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
So I would like to understand how that's permissible.
It doesn't matter. We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well.
I would like to take a break at this moment.
Yeah,
I'd like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
I'm done for now.
Now you know why Bill looks so old. So people listening to this, someone did an AI thing where she looks like a demon. She looks like she looks like the devil with big horns on and stuff. And she loses her temper, which is fantastic. This is the best part of the thing. Jeff, there was one time where I was trying to find the clip and I couldn't find it because there's so many good ones shared. But they give the picture to Clinton for Bill Clinton. He starts looking at the girls in the hot tub. Have you seen this one?
Right.
And then the lawyer tries to take it away. And he grabs it to try to take it back. He's like looking at it, and she's trying to take it away from him. And he's sitting there going through, and he's looking at it, and he's smiling. I was like, "Oh my God, dude, what a bad look that was!" Holy
memory.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Great.
Anyway,
Clinton's. My God.
Harder to watch these clips as visual vendetta because it makes me realize more and more how corrupt the country is. But hopefully, yeah, it will be. Who knows? I just find the whole thing to be extraordinarily crazy to me, Jeff. I mean, the whole thing is. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun replaces civilian attire with military uniform, declares Hezbollah outside law, and announces clear and explicit military confrontation against it. Wow. Dude, Lebanon's joining the fight. Holy cow. It's
everybody's got an opportunity.
Oh, it's never sorry. It says this is AI, not a real video. I can't even tell. Thank God somebody put a community note on it. Because I always try to corroborate it. It just was something I read, but I was like, holy cow. It's
or the whole statement.
No, the whole thing. It said it was an AI video. So I don't know if it was actually accurate or not, but
well, Condoleezza Rice did come out and she calls on the Trump administration to take care of Iran for good. That's it.
Oh, she did. Well, there you go.
Take care of Iran once for all.
Well, nobody else had the balls to do it. Number one, so I don't know.
Iran has been at war with us for at least 47 years. If you ask people about Iraq, what was the source of many of our casualties in Iraq, you'll get estimates as high as 75 or 80% of them were due to Iran-made roadside bombs. And that's exactly what it was. You know, it's amazing. You know, so many of the problems throughout the world, all tie back
funding
to
terrorism, Jeff. They were funding all the terrorism during, and Obama was bombing places, but he wasn't letting the generals bomb it. And meanwhile, Trump came in 2016, 6 weeks, they're gone. 6 weeks. He said, let the generals figure out where they want to bomb. We're not doing this for fun. So, but tomorrow night, guys, join me and Jenna X over on X, 8:30, not 8. It's 8:30. We will be doing an hour X Spaces, and we bring talking XRPL, talking Zaudao. But come join. If you guys are looking for something to do, and you're like, the Chip and Jeff are now, well, come hang out with me tomorrow night. Come up on the stage, ask some questions, share some stuff. We'll be talking about things that are happening during the day. It's a little bit different than this show, but we get a lot of engagement from the community. So why don't you guys come join, come up, ask questions, all that good stuff. But
great.
That's all I have.
That's all we got.
There was some good stuff tonight. Yeah, there was some fun stuff. All right. Well, that's all I have, Jeff.
What's today? Today's Wednesday. We're going to be back on Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here to have some fun. No Yeti drawing tonight. We're still working on getting some more of the Yetis released. We got to get them out.
We got to take a break, Jeff. Let's face it. We got to take a little bit of a break.
Locked up in Yeti.
A little bit of a break. And guys, I want to ask you one favor before we go. I want to ask you a favor. Can you guys repost this? Like it, comment on it, and repost it. And if you don't like it, keep it to yourself, like I always say. Don't tell anybody. But go ahead and click on that link right there and go ahead and repost it. I'm asking you nicely to do that. Repost it. It's good for the algo. Leave a comment, like it, leave a little comment, blah, blah, blah. I liked it. I didn't like it, whatever. And then if you can repost it on your X account, that would be great because it does help the algorithm and it does get get exposed to more people. And so it gets me more work, which is always a good thing. Rigged from the start. There you go. So guys, did you guys click on that? And also, if you're still in here, please like the video. And that's it. That's all we have. See you Saturday. See you guys on Saturday. All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon. Saturday.
On the next.
Have a great rest of your week. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to talk about. Man, we could really do a show in the morning and at night. We wouldn't even come close to covering it. Well, on the crypto side we would, but not on the geopolitical side. But,
yeah, crypto. Yeah,
crypto's getting tired of crypto.
Well, the news on crypto that I think everyone forgot about also is that since last Saturday, crypto's been on a run.
Interesting timing, Jeff.
Yeah.
The world's banding together and outing a bad actor. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. We'll see you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff. Oh.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.